Thanks for coming here to the Word on the Street. I am your Jimmy Limp Wrist Schmidt steps up to the plate. 2 runners on, 2 runs down. Limp Wrist is warming up, flipping the bat, flipping off the pitcher. The pitcher winds up and both runners go. Here's the pitch. Jimmy Limp Wrist beams the ball deep into right field. Host Vince. And over there is your... Huh? What's happening? What is it? He can't run anymore. He just has to rest for 1 minute. He's just getting so sleepy. Opium, host Josh. Yeah, man.
Oh God. The things that you come up with never cease to amaze me.
It never ceases.
Wow.
How are we doing today, Josh?
That just improved my mood by like 3 times.
That's fantastic. I just realized that I'm probably coming in pretty hot. I'm going to turn myself down a bit.
A bit.
All right. Okay. That's those levels looking better. Do you want to do a fun fact or do you want to skip that this week?
Let me think for a second.
Okay.
Let's see if I can think of one. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if this is a fun fact or not, but did you know that a shrimp's heart is in its head?
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
It is fun.
Yeah, just a little something fishy to start off the day.
Cool. We got shrimps.
Yeah, we got shrimp.
We got shrimps. So what's new? How was your week?
Oh, it was productive. I worked a lot, and then I played a lot of Minecraft.
Minecraft.
Yep.
What's Minecraft?
Oh yeah, it's satisfactory for little kids.
Okay, got it. All right. This week, us here at Word on the Street are picking words from the word game Quordle. Come from July 31st to August 6th. Josh over there does Opium, and me, Vince, I'm just out standing in the field. We pick words. We talk about whatever the hell we can based on those. You can do the same. If you email us at quordonthestreet@gmail.com or just visit our website, quordonthestreet.xyz, you can submit your own stuff. Please do. Love to see it. And this week, Josh is going first. So, Josh, what is your word this week?
I did some real thinking, staring at the word list this week, and I decided to go with something a little cheerful, and I went with marry. And not in like you're getting married, but in like marry, as in, you're married. You get cheerful.
Jingle bell.
Yeah,
Jingle bell rock.
As in like Merry Christmas or, something of that nature. It made me just kind of think about something that I don't think we've talked a ton about, but just all things holidays.
Holidays.
Yeah, I think this could be a fun topic. One, getting to know a little bit about each other, but 2, just some little fun facts being tucked in, throughout the conversation. So I will start off with asking you, what is your favorite holiday?
Probably just Christmas.
Yeah, it feels generic, but that's mine too.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel like it's less generic than we think, because a lot of people's favorite holiday is Halloween now.
I know. It's weird. I never got Halloween all that much.
I'm just, Halloween is like my least favorite.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it.
I get why people like Christmas isn't necessarily their favorite, because there is a lot of stress.
Yeah.
During the December holidays, but I don't know. I just can't think of another one that gets me excited. You know what I mean?
Well, for me, it is like I get just as much joy out of giving gifts as I do receiving them. So, like,
yeah,
it is stressful trying to get everyone gifts, but trying to finding something that somebody that you truly care about will love is just, I don't know. It's a feeling I feel like you almost can't replace. Like, when you find that perfect gift for somebody, you're like, oh my God, they're going to love this. And then, like, you're so excited about it, you don't even want to wait till Christmas to give it to them, and you're just like itching.
Yeah. Or you find the perfect gift and then you just keep getting it year after year. Like my father with Amazon gift cards.
You get him an Amazon gift card?
He is so hard to buy for. So yeah, we just get him Amazon gift cards. He tells us about a month later what we bought him.
Oh, well, that works out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that would be similar. I guess the only thing for me would be chocolate covered oranges. I absolutely love those, and I get
Chocolate
them.
covered oranges?
Well, chocolate oranges.
The chocolate oranges. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. I get them every year for Christmas. It's like a,
Hell yeah.
it's the one thing.
My brother and I get the cherry cordials. Our parents just get us a box of those every year.
I used to love them when I was a kid, but they're just so sweet now. I can't do them.
I know I talk about how things are too sweet a lot. I think people might get the impression that I don't like sweet things, period. But nah, I love sweet things when they're supposed to be sweet, and cherry cordials are perfect.
I'm just gonna, one year for your birthday, I'm just gonna, instead of a cake, I'm just gonna show up with a giant cherry cordial.
I'd be interested to know where you find a giant cherry.
And make one.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You becoming a biologist now?
Hey, anything for friendship.
You're gonna GMO me up a giant cherry?
No, I'll make one and then fill it with cherry filling. Make it out of some kind of. Make it. I mean.
Needs to be one single cherry inside of it. And if you're going to make me a giant one, I expect one single giant cherry.
It will be a one single giant cherry. It'll just be a false cherry with lots of cherry filling inside of it.
No, it's not. That's not the same. You have to take a bunch of cherries and surgically sew them together in order to make one giant cherry.
I have to Frankenstein the cherries together.
You have to Frankenstein a giant cherry for me.
Franken-cherry.
Yep.
Oh, it just sounds like some kind of Scentsy scent that somebody would try to scam somebody on a sale with.
Franken-cherry.
Yeah, we have this new Franken-cherry scent. Everyone has to have it. It smells so good.
To go along with your Color Street nails.
Yeah. Okay. So the next thing that I thought about, it kind of goes hand in hand with holidays, is traditions. Do you have any holiday traditions? I mean, I guess technically other than you getting those every year, is there any traditions either you or your family has that you do every year?
Yeah. Kind of. I'm not sure. I think this counts, but yeah, my mother-in-law really loves A Christmas Carol.
Mm-hmm.
So every year for a while, pending a 2-year break for the Rona, we have gone to see stage production of A Christmas Carol at the theater in Rochester, Jiva.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, we basically go do that. I don't know if that's. I guess that's part of her Christmas grift.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a tradition, and just a few other things like that. They mostly revolve around media. My family loves to just keep A Christmas Carol or a Christmas story rather. Yeah, on 24 hours a day during Christmas. We just keep it on in the background.
Gonna shoot your eye out.
Yeah, shoot your eye out, kid. Y'all shoot your eye out.
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Really
How about
is.
you? Do you have something that you guys do every year?
I mean, we have quite a few, I feel like. For Christmas, it's not really something necessarily. More like, I guess it is. My mom makes stuffed French toast every Christmas, which is like...
It's funny. You went through the same thought process that I did. I don't know if it... Yeah, I guess it is.
Yeah. So she makes... It's only on Christmas. She makes stuffed French toast, which is kind of like a French toast casserole. You make a bunch of French toast, and then it goes in a baking sheet with like egg and chunks of cream cheese, and it gets covered in butter and then maple syrup and everything, and then baked. So it's like a French toast lasagna, but it's all breakfast. Yeah, it's so good. She only makes it on Christmas, and we have it every Christmas morning.
Yeah.
So we used to have a bunch more. As family members have passed away, things have changed. But growing up, we'd have Christmas morning at my house. Obviously, every year, my siblings would come up there, and we'd all open stuff. And then we'd leave and go to my aunt's house and have all of my mom's side of her family there, and have a big family thing there. Christmas Eve, we always spend at my dad's sister's house with his whole side of the family. But once my grandmother passed away, that kind of faded, and we didn't really do that anymore. that would probably be like the big traditions, I would say.
Yep. Yeah, would say the same. Like my father's side of the family would do, the typical Italian Christmas Eve with we never did seven fishes, but the fish dinner on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
And we, they did it big with, scallops and shrimps and haddock and squid and tripe and all this stuff that they made every year. But again, just like you, like once we lost the connective tissue, my grandparents, it just sort of faded over the years.
Yeah. Seems like there's less and less of that nowadays.
Yeah.
Those kind of like big traditions.
Yeah. I mean, families are smaller, more spread out.
Yeah, definitely. Is there any traditions that you know about, whether they're widely televised, like national things, or some that your friends have or family members have that you just don't get?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I was trying to think of some. I didn't
guess
know
parades.
Yeah,
I don't really get parades. I mean, I get them. I get like why parades exist. Like it's kind of nice, but like the big ones, like the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade, I don't get why.
Yeah, I can agree with that. My thing is, I think I'm sure it happens other places, but it's definitely around here. You know what the Fly Creek cider mill is, obviously, I'm sure, or have heard of it at least.
I guess, yeah, I've heard of it.
But they always have like this like festival thing, and they like cut blocks of ice and like make cider there, and it's like this huge like kind of like an outdoor field days, but it's in the middle of winter. Like I just don't see the appeal to wanting to get dressed up and be out in the cold for hours.
Yeah. On the same vein there, like it's not for holidays, I guess, but like polar plunges.
Yeah.
Like I'm cool with the cold, but I'm not like volunteering to get into.
See, that I can almost understand, because that definitely has some kind of benefit, I feel like. I don't know if you've researched any of that stuff.
No, I have not. But what benefit could it possibly have?
So it's that
good
one
for the pores.
No, yeah, it's good for the pores. No, the same thing with like taking cold showers. Like eventually, I don't know.
It's good for the pores.
It releases like hormones and stuff in you that just like wake you up, and I don't know how to explain it, but I watched a documentary about it, and it's a reason why like a lot of athletes and stuff do cold showers and ice baths and stuff. Personally, yeah, not for me, but I guess I could get that one. But I wouldn't say as a tradition, I don't understand it.
Yeah,
I will agree
exactly.
There. As a tool to help for something, yeah, I get that. But yeah, if it's just
as a therapy, as like a mindset type thing, I get it. But as a tradition, like the polar plunge, like you schedule it this time of year and you go and everybody like lines up and goes and does it. Nah. Batman.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, not for me. Not for me at all either. I just don't like the cold. The older I've gotten, like I used to like playing outside and stuff when I was younger, but man, I'll do anything and everything I can to avoid setting foot in snow.
Yeah.
I just absolutely hate it.
Wait, is there a word for ditto but opposite? Because I would much rather
opposite.
Ditapasa. Yeah, man, it's been the heat's the heat's been kind of brutal lately.
Yeah.
And I gotta say, like, the older I get, the worse the heat gets.
I think that's only a factor really for you because you're outside in it so much. Like you're out there. I mean, you're out every day.
Even if I'm not working, if I have to go outside, like if I just have to walk to the car, like it sucks. Like as soon as the other day I went outside and was like, oh my god, it's so hot out. We got in the car, we started driving, it was 77.
Yeah, I don't, you know what it is, I don't really hate the cold. I hate the snow. Wow. Like I could deal with cold. I just don't like the snow. Snow is a huge inconvenience.
Yeah, I get that. I'm just it's easier for me to be outside driving around in the cold than it is in the heat.
Well, that's like, only because as soon as it hits, your work car doesn't have AC.
No. Even if it's in my car, even if it's my day off, my weekend off, like my week off, if it's 80 degrees, I don't want to step foot outside.
Yeah.
Like 80 degrees, and what's contradictory though is I don't like the dry either.
Yeah.
Like if it's 80 degrees and 60% humidity, I don't like that. It's got to be 80 and 80 in order for me to tolerate it. And if it's like the other day it was like 90 and it threatened to rain all day, so it was like 90 and 100% humidity. That was absolutely miserable. The worst. That's the worst possible weather. Like in my book, well, no, not the worst possible weather. In my book, the ranking for worst weathers goes number 1, 40 degrees and raining. That's the worst. Like cold rain, that is actually the worst. I would rather it be 30 and snowing than 40 and raining.
No way.
No, you have not been outside long enough in like low 40s, high 30s rain. It is the most miserable a person can possibly be.
Yeah, but like I'm saying, you're taking that because of work.
Yes,
like,
but this is the worst possible weather
for your
to
job.
be out in.
Yeah, to be outside.
No, I would say in anything. If you have to walk across the parking lot in 40 and raining, you're gonna be more miserable than if it's 30 and snowing. I'm telling you, like it's just the worst weather. But like a close second is 90 degrees, period. Like above 90 is a close second worst weather for me.
See, anything above 75 and I'm just annoyed.
Yeah.
I just want it to stay 65 all year round.
That would be great.
If I could just live in this place where it never got above or below 65, I would be as happy as could be.
Well, you could move to Fantasy Island.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you either get cold and some good weather, or you get hot and no bad weather if you move down south. Like you get no snow, but it's hot.
Still, yeah, that's the worst. That's the worst weather. If it's always hot, that's the worst weather.
No, I would take that over. I enjoyed my time in North Carolina in the heat more than I enjoy the snow up here.
That's madness. Anytime I hear people talk about like California, like, oh, it's 85 all the time.
California is not bad though.
God,
I mean,
hate it.
Okay, well, maybe
it sounds miserable.
Maybe it's bad at like far inland, but like when I went to California, it was 80. But most like LA and everything is near the coast. You get like crazy breeze off the water. So, like it's 85, but it's not bad.
Maybe.
At least it wasn't when I was there. It was like 85, 90, and it wasn't intolerable.
I mean, yeah, I've never been there, but yeah.
I feel like Arizona has the worst weather for you.
Yeah.
Just miserably hot. You're just suffocating from dry heat.
You know what? You know where might be the perfect spot for me is like the Western Canadian coast.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's probably what the place that we're talking about, like 70 degrees all year round.
Yeah.
Is probably like somewhere between Vancouver and Alaska.
Yeah.
Got to be somewhere up there.
I feel like Seattle would be good if it wasn't just always raining.
Yeah. I also think that never getting snow makes people weak.
I don't know.
Like I remember seeing this newscast from like, I think it was from Seattle, where the weatherman was like out, he was doing a Billy on the Street type weather forecast. Oh man, it's getting brutal out here. These snow flurries have continued throughout the day. The snow is even starting to drift. If you look down here on the sidewalk, there's a little drift in between the sidewalk and the grass. It's almost to the top of the grass, this drift. And I'm just like, who the fuck are these people that don't know what weather is?
Yeah, I would agree with that. But I don't know, it's just what you grow up with. Like the same way you hate heat. Heat is nothing to them because they grow up with it all the time.
No,
like,
I mean, I get that.
In their eyes, you're weak. You're weak because you can't deal with heat.
Heat? I was gonna say heat could kill you, but no, for like cold will kill you too.
Yeah.
So like,
see, extremes will kill you on either side. Why can't it just be 65 all year? It'd be perfect.
Yeah, then too many people alive though.
Yeah.
So, what you got next? We're talking about holidays, obviously.
Yeah. Get on little tangents.
My little weather rant.
Is there any weird traditions that you can think of that your family has or friends? Is there any weird traditions that you know about or are associated with within your friend group or family?
I don't think so. Probably, but they don't seem weird to me, so they're not like popping to the front of my head or brain.
Mine would be, I think it's more prevalent than it used to be, but my mom has a pickle ornament and she hides it every year on the tree.
Yeah.
And you have to find the pickle and then you get a separate gift. The pickle finder receives their own gift. I think that's a kind of a weird tradition, but it's been going on.
Is it a pickle?
What, the gift? No.
Yeah.
No. It would be funny if she just got somebody a jar of pickles.
Yeah. No, a single big pickle.
Oh, just one of those massive ones?
Yeah, like a full cucumber pickle. We went to the Ren Fair, and there's a dude that just like wheels a cart around selling pickles.
Oh.
And we got them, and they were like cucumber. They were like full cucumbers. They weren't like the small pickling cucumbers, like the gherkins.
Yeah. It was
a full cucumber.
It's funny that we've talking about this because it's actually been like on my mind because I keep seeing like pickling videos on TikTok and I'm like, you know what? That seems kind of fun. Like making your own pickles. I'm not a huge pickle fan, but I feel like I could be if I made my own and like, you know, I feel like that would make me enjoy them more. I made them and like got to mess around with what I put in them and how, you know, how long I left them soaking and all that stuff. Like I feel like I could make pickle perfect for me. That's kind of intriguing to me.
Yeah. There's just like so many different pickles. Like even if you just go to the grocery store and look at pickles, like Polish pickles, dill pickles, sour pickles, half sours, sweet, bread and butter. It's really something. I don't like sweet pickles, but I'll like basically any of the sour pickles, and I don't know what's the difference between any of them.
Yeah.
One of them has garlic in it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know which one. But yeah, I mean, it's daunting. And it's not the type of thing that you can like iterate on quickly. Like you're saying, like you can make your own and do different things. But like if you're gonna make a pickle, it's got to pickle for like a while, right?
Like 3 or 4 days most of the time.
Well, I guess that's quick enough to
do different batches.
Reasonably do.
I mean, if I was gonna do it, I would just do like I would make enough brine and everything to do like 3 or 4 different jars and like change something in each jar.
Yeah, sure.
Just kind of do it that way and then test in stages.
Do you like the sweet pickles?
They're okay. I prefer like dill pickle over a sweet pickle.
Yeah. Yeah. Good man.
I really like dill pickles that have been pickled in like with jalapeno in the brine and stuff. You give it a little bit of spice.
Yeah, sure.
Spice and pickle flavor go well with me. I mean, makes sense. Everybody, it's like, you know, their natural hot stuff always has pickles.
Yeah. Yep. There was a Hots restaurant around here that had like house made pickle chips, and one of them was a spicy. And one of them was just a regular dill. And ooh, that spicy one was real good. I noticed recently, just happened to be near where it is. It's closed, but when it was around, it was very good. Yeah, I know. Sage.
So we kind of already touched on this a little bit since you don't seem to have any weird traditions that you can think of. But least favorite holiday for me, I think we already discussed. It's Halloween.
Yeah, it's probably Halloween.
It's not that I'm really bothered by it. I'm bothered by how excited people get and they expect you to be too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
it's, you know what? I'm firmly in the camp that it's Halloween. Like,
yeah, it's
always such a pain to like find a party. Even if you want to participate in Halloween, like everybody's already got their party going on.
I just don't care about dressing up.
Yeah. And it's also that it's like,
here's my thing. I'm not a fan of wastefulness. And buying things for one night out of the year feels like a huge waste to me. Like the only reason Halloween is big is because it's commercialized. That's another thing that I don't like about Halloween. We teach kids from a young age, don't take candy from strangers. Except one night a year, you can walk up to their house and ask them for it. Why? Like,
I mean, I get that, but all the warning stories about strangers giving like razor blades to kids are all made up also.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's not about it being like super dangerous. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not a fan of it.
Maybe the difference is if somebody is approaching you to give you candy, you should not take it. But if you are going up to someone's house and taking their candy, that's the difference.
And right? I always hate like feeling like an ass because obviously we live in like a park area.
Yeah.
And, like every year there's people knocking at our door even though the lights are off. I'm like, no, I'm not giving out candy.
Oh, put out a
If I,
bowl.
I don't want to.
Why?
I just don't.
You little Halloween Grinch.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just not about it.
I don't know, man.
All these little
So-
goblins out, all thing, and then it's never enough. So it's like they end up doing like trunk or treats and stuff on the weekends. Like, I don't know.
You don't have to participate in that. Like one
I
night,
don't.
people are
And
like coming. I know,
I guess
but
the
like,
other thing
this
that
is what I'm
really,
saying.
I really dislike is like it's such an inconvenience. If I want to go somewhere on Halloween night,
Uh-huh.
it's like a zombie fest in the streets. People are just walking everywhere. Kids running all over the place.
Hmm.
It's like it's like driving through a maze, trying to make sure you don't hit a kid because parents don't watch them.
Huh. I don't know. You seem to be driving in the wrong spots.
Like I
Nicole's
said, I live
family
in a-
didn't. No, I know, but Nicole's family didn't participate in Halloween for like a long time. Just I don't know, religious reasons. But so we would all go out to eat Halloween night, and that was actually really nice. Like every place is dead on Halloween because people are elsewhere doing other things.
Yeah.
So like it's a
Yeah.
great night to go out. If you don't want to deal with kids knocking on your door, then just go somewhere that's not like a bar because that's also going to be obnoxious.
Yeah. You just got to
So
stay
like
out.
if you just
Stay out till 11 o'clock at night.
stay out for a few hours, like kids fucking eat all this sugar and then crash and then fall asleep in the streets.
Nah, bro.
You know what I mean?
People are trick or treating here till like 11.
Yeah, but those are like teenagers and fuck those. Yeah, I don't know. I
don't know.
get
I
like
just
I don't care
dislike-
for Halloween, but I don't dislike it.
I mean, I don't like hate it. Here's the thing. Halloween
think
brings out
yeah.
the people that have no wherewithal. They don't pay attention to things, and that's what irks me. Like if
So
I'm
it's
back,
a boomer holiday.
yeah. Like if I'm backing out of my driveway, and they just keep fucking walking right behind it. Like why?
Mm.
Don't walk out around me to get behind my car when I'm already in the process of backing out. Like, and that's the shit that just irks me.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't connect with that. I get what you're saying. Like I'm not discounting it, but I don't know. You know, it's Halloween. Get out before them.
I live here. I have to come back and forth to my house.
You can get out before kids are out trick or treating.
Yeah, but then I have to stay out.
Yeah, go out to a restaurant. Watch a fucking. It's
No.
Halloween, so like
Somebody
there's gonna
else
be there's gonna be a
celebrating
football
something.
game on.
Somebody else celebrating something should not interfere with my life.
But you stay. It is interfering with your life if you stay home and let it interfere with your life.
No, I stay home because I want to stay home because of those
You
other
can-
things.
But you can go out and let it not interfere with your life. If you stay home, then people are going to be knocking on your door, even though your light is off, and they're going to be preventing you from getting out, even though you need to go and pick some food up and just I don't know. Get out before it. Come back after it.
Eh.
Isn't that the least amount of inconvenience that Halloween could possibly do to you?
If I wasn't home,
Yeah.
yeah, I would have to just find something to do that's not also busy.
Yeah. There's no kids in the middle of nowhere. Go for a drive.
That's true.
Yeah,
I don't know. This sounds worse than it is. I'm just
No,
not a
I get
fan.
it.
Just
I get it because Halloween I think is also my least favorite holiday. Like I don't really hate any holidays, you know?
no, me neither.
But like I don't
Like, it
really
doesn't
connect
really
with
bother
Halloween
me.
either. So I don't like Halloween, but also like I don't know, you're blowing it way out of proportion, it sounds like.
No, like I never think about it past this conversation. It's not like it keeps me up. It's like
I
those,
get ya.
those are the things that I don't enjoy about it.
Yeah. Oh, put a bowl of candy out and then it'll be even less of an inconvenience. Then you don't have to leave and people won't be knocking on your door. You spend $10 on candy.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you're making a kid feel a little happy, God forbid.
No, they don't. If I wanted to do that, I would answer the door and be dressed up. Them getting a candy out my door does nothing for them.
Not true. You remember being a kid. You were a kid once, right?
Yeah, and
Being able to stick your grubby hand in a big bowl of candy and grab out a shitty palmful of candy, that was like a magic trick that you did to yourself when you were a kid.
See,
like just being able to pick up a fistful of candy.
I never really did like the not having people at the door. Pretty much the majority of the places I went when I was younger always had people there.
Yeah, my parents would take us to like neighborhoods where there were people participating, but every so often there was a bowl of candy on a porch, and I got to put my snotty hand into that bowl of candy and pull out, 10 gross fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Oh, those are my favorite.
They're gross.
No, the fruit ones and the vanilla ones are the best. Chocolate Tootsie Rolls are the worst.
Incorrect.
Take.
But
Hot take.
also, like, that was magic. Even if it was candy that you didn't like, it was magic being able to stick your child hand into a bowl of candy.
Maybe I'm just too far removed for it. And I also had bad experiences. Like I fractured my arm one year on Halloween. Maybe that has something to do with it.
So I don't know. Make that a tradition. Fracture your arm every year on Halloween.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
I don't know. It sounds like a weird tradition that we could start. We could fracture your arm every year.
Oh, okay, I'll make a deal with you. I will fracture my arm every year on Halloween, but if I do it for the rest of the year, the only candy you're allowed to eat is the fruit flavored Tootsie Rolls. You have to eat one bag every month. I will fracture my arm. You have to eat fruit Tootsie Rolls from
let's skip this tradition then.
I mean, mine is much worse.
I don't know about that.
Bro, I'm telling you, the blue and white wrapper, the vanilla bean ones. Oh, the orange. Oh my God, the orange ones are the best. I would agree. The fruit punch ones are mediocre. The orange, oh man.
No, that shit was always the last thing left in my Halloween bag.
Oh, not for me. Not even close.
It was nah.
It was always the almond Batman. Joys.
Ooh, love
left
them.
In my gross.
Oh, so good. Better yet, Mounds. Get that almond out of there. I just need that coconut and chocolate, baby.
Nope. You can keep them. I like coconut and chocolate. I just think that both of those suck.
I can understand that. Processed candies are not great, and the chocolate that we have in America is not great, apparently, because of pasteurization. But Almond Joys, Mounds, yummy.
See, this is perfect because this leads me into my next question. We've already been kind of talking about best and worst Halloween candies.
Worst is candy corn. Easy, obviously. That's an obvious choice. Nobody can argue.
I don't hate candy corn.
Yeah, no, it's bad.
I mean, I don't go out of my way to eat it, but I don't hate it.
It's sugar wax. I mean, that's all it is.
I hate like
sugary
the orange.
paraffin.
I hate the orange circus peanuts more than that. That or wax lips. Both of those.
Those aren't a candy, though. Haven't we already had this discussion on the podcast? That's not a candy.
What do you mean?
It's just wax.
I mean, it's sold as candy. No, because it's like gum. It's like wax gum.
It's not sold as candy. It's sold in like the novelty aisle. You can get it at Party City.
No, the one I'm talking about is like waxy, but it's actual gum. Like it's got a wax coating, but there's gum in it, so you can chew it. And I hate those.
Oh no, that's a different thing. Wax lips are just wax that have like a little thing that you bite on and you keep in your mouth.
Yeah. Oh, the circus peanuts. I dislike those.
I can understand that.
And just because they're unsatisfying, the little like juices, the wax juices, there's like the actual juice inside them is delicious, but you get like a fucking milliliter of it, and then it's just this giant bottle shaped wax.
I like those. You know what the secret to those is? You treat them like a stick of gum. You stick the whole bottle in your mouth, chew the wax. Eventually, I know it's not ideal, right? Like it's still wax, but you chew on the wax, and if you chew it with the liquid inside, then the flavored liquid gets incorporated with the wax, and then it's just flavored gum. And it's like sweet flavored gum. So if you like juicy fruit, that's the way to eat those things. But I get what you're saying too.
I just couldn't do that. So
yeah,
the way that wax feels on my teeth.
Oh, I absolutely get that. Like wax as like a novelty thing was the weirdest shit. Some Great Depression shit that's just stuck around until the 90s for some reason.
Like the candy cigarettes.
Ooh, I love those.
Yep, candy cigarettes.
Those are good.
You know what one of my favorite candies are, and people are going to disagree. The Necco wafers. I love those.
We've had this discussion already because I think you're weird for that, but I also kind of get it. Like
That, and I like black licorice everything.
yeah. Now and laters, or not now and laters. Good and Plenty's.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I would here's the
Yeah.
thing. I would pick Good and Plenty's. If I had a choice between Milk Duds, Mike and Ike's, or Good and Plenty's, I'm taking the Good and Plenty's.
Wow, over Mike and Ike's, huh?
Oh yeah, Mike and Ike's would be my least favorite. I would pick the Milk Duds
Oh.
over that.
Mm.
Over them. I would say
Milk Duds are one of those candies that feel like they're gonna pull my fillings.
exactly. Which is why I don't pick them to begin with. Yeah, I love a good.
Yeah.
Oh
I don't
man.
know. I don't know what my
Now I
favorite
kinda
would
want
be.
a
I don't
Good
think
and
I could.
Plenty.
Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
they're probably still like a nickel or something at the
Yeah.
store. I can't say what my favorite one is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Least favorite, worst. I can pick that easy. It's just favorite is there's just so many good candies.
See, I think this would have to be
Nerds.
mine. Yeah, so that's what I was just gonna say. Nerds is not a Halloween candy specifically, but it's the only time I
Right.
ever ate Nerds, so I think that's probably my favorite Halloween candy.
My man, you got to get those Nerds gummy clusters.
I did, and they're fucking amazing.
Ooh, boy, those are good.
Oh, they're so good. I bought
Yeah.
a small bag of them, and they didn't. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna eat these at home. That's gonna be great. They didn't make it home.
They did not make,
I opened it in
can't
the
possibly.
car. They were gone.
Yeah, I don't know. I love sweets a lot. There's some that I don't like. I don't like a Kit Kat.
I love Kit Kat.
It's too boring to me.
Oh, I love Kit Kat.
Why would I have a Kit Kat when I could have a Snickers?
See, that's just Snickers is more heavy. I like Kit Kat because it's light.
Yeah. Well, okay. Why would I have a Kit Kat when I could have a Three Musketeers?
Because Three Musketeers is like more chocolatey. That seems more rich. Three Musketeers is still more rich, at least for me.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
That
No.
wafer. For me, it's like those vanilla wafer cookies. It's like if you just dip that in chocolate. That's why I love a good Kit Kat.
Yeah. I mean, Kit Kats are just knockoff Vortman wafers.
Yeah, covered in
Like-
chocolate.
Yeah, but bad chocolate.
I mean, you know what's surprising? The best place that I've gotten chocolate like consistently here is Aldi's.
Yeah.
They have Swedish
Yeah.
chocolate that they
They have the like big hazelnut bars.
yeah
Hazelnut chocolate bars. Yeah.
yeah
Those are good.
Those are so good. Yeah, love those ones.
All right.
Do you have a favorite holiday memory or memories? Could be from any holiday growing up. Is there something that sticks out in your mind?
Not personally. This is a sort of family story.
Okay.
I was too young to remember this, but my brother and my Uncle Joe have this Christmas story that they tell where everybody else was in the kitchen of my grandfather's house and they hear a big crash. Everybody goes running into the other room and there's the tree falling over. There's my brother on the Baka lounger and my Uncle Joe on the couch. And they were just like, I don't know, he just fell. And to this day, this was before I could remember, so it was at least 30 years ago. To this day, nobody knows how that tree fell over, except for my brother and my Uncle Joe. They will not tell. They have both claimed that it was the other one, and they have both claimed that it was themselves, and they have both claimed that they were fooling around, and both knocked it over. So it's impossible to know ever.
Okay then. That is quite the funny story.
It's very good.
So my most memorable things I have two, both revolving around Christmas. I wanted Pokemon to come out on Game Boy, and I wanted one super bad. Like the only thing I wanted, obviously.
Super bad.
That, and I had PlayStation. No, I might have had a PlayStation 1. Can't remember. I think I did. That, and I wanted a TV. So we go through Christmas, opening all the presents. And I got this big box covered in like a blanket because like it was too heavy to wrap. And of course, it was a 27-inch tube TV because, old.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was super excited. And I had that thing for like forever. But like inside, when I opened the TV, I was excited but horribly sad because I didn't get a Game Boy. You know what I mean? As a kid, like you don't know enough to just be happy with what you got. So I'm like sitting there, kind of sad, just blah blah blah. And my mom's like, well, "Why don't you open your stocking stuff?" I'm like, okay. And I get like going through my stocking and pulling all the candy and deodorant and all the stuff that my mom used to stuff in there. And at the bottom, there was like a wrap little package. And I open it and there's like, there's a clue. And she sent me on this wild goose chase through the house to find another gift, and it ended up being shoved in the dryer underneath clothes. and it was a Game Boy. I got that with Pokemon Red, and it was awesome. So that's one of my most fond memories. Secondly would be one year, because like I said, we always go to my aunt's. One year we were going, I forget what year it was, but we had a horrible blizzard on Christmas, and we made it to my aunt's after it was so bad. I think I was like maybe 10-ish, maybe a little older, but I was crying in the back seat. It was so bad.
Oh,
like couldn't see the road and anywhere in front of us. Like didn't know if we were even gonna make it there. We made it there. My dad, obviously, he worked weird hours, so he went to work because
yep,
triple time.
Yeah.
So we made it there. We ended up having to stay over because like it just wasn't. My dad worked overnights anyway, and it just didn't make sense for us to try to go home.
Yep.
And the next morning, I remember going home. Like the roads were pretty clear at that point. I just remember pulling up to our driveway, and the snow was halfway up the windshield of the van in the driveway. And Danny's dad came down and tried to plow it. He ended up slipping his transmission just trying to push the snow. We had like just under 4 feet of snow in those 24 hours.
Okay.
And I will never forget that. And it took us like all day to like shovel out our driveway, be able to like get in, unpack everything from Christmas, like get into the house, like you shovel a little path to kind of so that we could get in and out as needed, but like to actually free up the space, it was crazy. I don't know if you remember that winter at all, that storm at all, but it was nuts.
No, I don't think so. Not specifically. But like until we moved up to Frankfurt, like everything we did was pretty close to where we lived.
Yeah.
Like if it was before 1997, then we would have done Christmas Day at my grandfather's house, and that was, I don't know, a quarter mile away from where we lived. So
trying to look it up, see if I can remember when it was.
Yeah.
2000 and no 2002.
No, I don't remember that specifically.
39.2 inches.
If that were the case and it were 2002, then we probably didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
We probably made the decision to stay home, and maybe that's why I don't remember it. I don't know.
Yeah, probably. 39.2 inches.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's unheard of these days.
I know, dude. It's like I feel bad. Like I remember how it was growing up, and it's like I almost feel bad complaining about snow now because like we don't get anything.
You should.
But no, I mean it's still an inconvenience. It still sucks.
Sure, I guess.
I mean, there's no guessing about it. But if I have to wake up an hour earlier to make sure that
my opinion.
Make sure that I can get out of my driveway, that's a big problem.
Yeah, I guess so.
The day that we make heated driveways a standard, or is the day that I'm happy.
I don't mean to keep saying that as if I'm rubbing something in. That's just I guess how I say things. I guess.
Oh,
Jesus,
I know.
I can't stop.
I've known you long enough.
Do I say that a lot?
I mean,
I must.
Yeah,
I'm struggling to not say. I guess so.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I just think it's because you're a non-confrontational person.
I'm not non-confront. I guess I am also that, but I'm also non-committal. Like
That's what I'm saying. You won't want to take. It's not worth your time to just like you're just like, I guess so. If you'd rather just move on.
I don't take anything that I say in such high regard that I can't change my opinion on it.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good way to. Yeah, I'm the same way. It's a good way to be, though.
I'm not a special person, so why would I consider my opinion any better or worse than other people's?
Oh, so this is nothing to do with the topic at all, but it's a little blooper, a little thing that came.
I will amend that. Other than candy corn's the worst candy, that is an objective fact.
Just because it's on the tip of my brain right now, Volo bought.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Dave, the collector?
Yep.
He passed away, right? Did I tell you that?
No,
Yeah,
I think I think you did, but it's one of those things that I keep forgetting.
Yeah, he passed away, and Volo bought his retro game collection today.
All of it?
Yeah, his son was getting rid of it. His son, I guess, has a kid and needs the space. Like they need the room that it was all in.
Yeah.
The Volo bought it all.
Wow.
All the retro. It's all only like the retro stuff, like everything that's on the shelves. Because you've been there. You were there before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know those like the showbiz shelves that he had against the walls that were just full of cartridges? Yeah, he bought all those.
Oh, that's
for a very,
awesome,
very good price.
Yeah. Did he
get super sad.
Did he get like how much of everything did he get? Did he get like the Steel Battalions controllers and stuff?
No,
didn't Dave have stuff like that?
Just the cartridges. This is just the retro stuff that was on the shelves. So from what I know, so I'm just assuming like all the N64, Super Nintendo,
Didn't he have a nearly complete SNES collection?
No, that's Tom.
Yeah.
Tom has a nearly complete N64. I think he's only missing 4 games.
What about the lawyer? Have you kept up with him at all?
I saw him in 2019.
I could not remember his name.
Joe Cirillo.
Joe.
I saw him in 2019 actually at Retro Gamecom in Syracuse.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, so that was the last I saw him. Doing well, still collecting as normal. Well, yeah, I saw that today with Volo, and I was like, wow,
that is kind of neat.
Yeah, super cool. So I figure I'll end off my topic by going over some fun holidays.
Fun holidays.
I say holidays lately because like what constitutes a holiday. So there's a lot of things that people celebrate that aren't like a real holiday.
A break from the ordinary.
Yeah. So I found a list of the 18 most fun or strangest holidays around the globe.
Okay.
So at number 18, we have Vatertag, a German version of Father's Day, meaning Man's Day. Isn't odd in theory. After all, dads deserve their due. But instead of going out and eating a terrible chain restaurant or giving their dads something that will disappear into the closet for all of eternity, German people celebrate by giving them a day out. It could include a pub tour, a group bike ride, company with a beer wagon, or a day in the beer hall. Basically just a day out with dads.
Damn.
So I mean, I guess it's
depending on Father's Day without all the marketing.
Yeah, Father's Day without the marketing. Exactly what I was going to say. Number 17, we have Monkey Buffet.
All right.
In Thailand, on the last Sunday of November, prepare to do a lot of monkeying around. That's when Lopburi celebrates the Monkey Buffet to honor thousands of I don't even know what that word is.
Macaque?
Huh?
No.
Macaque.
What's the
MACAQUES? Macaques?
Yeah, macaques.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but it just sounded weird in my head.
It sounds like you're saying like
macaque. You know,
suck on macaque.
It sounds like you're a British person saying, macaque. That live in the area and are thought to bring good luck. Locals prepare artful pyramids of watermelon, durian, pineapple, and more for the monkeys to enjoy, up to 2 tons worth of fruit. According to a report in 2007 in the American Journal of Primalology, long-tailed macaques in Lopburi, Thailand, use human hair as if it was dental floss. So that's also another fun fact for the day.
Should have led with that.
Right? 16, Bean Throwing Day. The holiday more properly known as Setsunbun is observed on February 3rd in Japan as part of ushering in the spring and getting rid of bad spirits. And to do
is this part of Golden Week?
It does not say.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
A senior male 16?
member. Are you going down like a whole list of like 20?
List of 18. Yeah.
Damn.
I'll skip through.
Okay.
I'm just reading the ones that I thought were funny.
Cool.
A senior male member of the family will sometimes dress up as a demon to make the meaning behind the ritual more tangible. Beans are said to bring good luck and drive the evil out. On a larger scale, Setsubun has become a very commercial affair, including sponsored televised events, complete with appearances by celebrity sumo wrestlers. White Day on March 14th is celebrated in Japan and has spread to other Eastern Asian countries, but fully understand this holiday, we have to pick back up a month to Valentine's Day, when it's traditional for East Asian women to give men's chocolate. Significant others receive expensive chocolates, and co-workers, bosses, and relatives get cheaper treats. Sadly, it was a one-way street. Women didn't receive anything in return until 1978, when a Japanese confectionery reasoned, rightly so, that women deserved gifts too. The holiday was originally deemed Marshmallow Day, with men encouraged to gift the fluffy stuff. Yeah, so
is this a holiday that
Valentine's Day is based off of? Yeah,
that they make what's it called? I have some. Why is my mind broken?
This I don't know.
Move on.
International Tom Hanks Day.
Hell yeah.
If you love Tom Hanks, and who doesn't, you'll definitely want to celebrate International Tom Hanks Day on the Saturday that falls closest to April 1st. When a few students in Western Michigan University created this day in early 2008, they were really just looking for a reason to spend the day watching Tom Hanks movie while drinking rum and Dr. Pepper. Forrest Gump reference.
Okay.
The day really took off when Hanks himself caught word of it and sent the students memorabilia. The students promptly auctioned it off to benefit one of Hanks' favorite charities, and now thousands of dollars of donations roll in every year, both online into Tom Hanks Day parties in Los Angeles and in London.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun one to end off on. I thought that was a good little night. So where did you decide to go with this week?
Before I go to that, mochi is what I was thinking of.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible.
I mean, it's sticky. It's kind of like marshmallow. Anyway, we're past that now. I this week went with shove.
Oh.
I'll lead you to how I got to my topic. I thought, shove. What phrases do I know with shove? Pop shove it. And that reminded me of Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but I couldn't just talk about that. So I thought about sports games in general.
Ooh.
And that's what we're doing. So that's where we're going. Is there anything you want to say up top before I get into my bullshit?
No, I have my fair share of experiences with all kinds of sports games. I used to play a ton of them.
All right. Well, let's see what our collective experience with sports games is.
Okay.
I have the top 15 top selling sports series here. And we'll see how we do. How familiar we are with these games. This list considered racing games, sports games, which I get, but just be aware. Number one, FIFA.
Okay.
The FIFA series. How familiar are you with that? How much have you played it? So on and so forth.
I played 2 different years on and off. Not a lot. Soccer's not really my thing. It's fun to play with friends, but it's nothing I played like solo because I was interested in getting better. But I definitely have played it with friends. Right.
I think this is one of the first games that I just like no-lifed for a month and then moved on to something else. Like FIFA 06 or something. I played a ton of and then just sort of forgot about it. You know?
Yep.
That's kind of how FIFA is for, Americans.
Yeah.
Number 2 on the list of top selling sports series is Mario Kart. I should have the article up here to tell you the numbers. But how familiar are you with Mario Kart?
The newer ones, not so much. I played a ton of the one on 64 and on GameCube. I played a little bit of the Wii, like in the college era, the Wii drinking game Mario Kart kind of deal.
Mario Kart?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I haven't played any of the newer ones more than like
God damn.
A little bit.
Yeah. Okay, so I just looked up the list that I got this from. FIFA. The FIFA franchise has sold 282 million copies. This is not even grossing. FIFA, it would be even more disgusting if you talked about FIFA's gross income.
Yeah, because they make so much money off of people buying packs.
Yep, these days especially. So, okay, 282 million copies sold worldwide. Mario Kart is its second at 150 million copies sold.
So only a little bit behind.
So almost half.
Yeah.
So yeah, my experience with Mario Kart, I didn't play the SNES version. The times that I've tried to go back and play it, it's been a horrible experience. That Super Nintendo Mario Kart is awful after you're used to 3D graphics.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've played pretty much every Mario Kart up until even recently. I have Mario Kart 8 for the Switch. So moving on to number 3 at 150 million copies. So about the same as Mario Kart, actually. Need for Speed. That's surprising, isn't it?
It's
but there's
very
25
surprising.
games. There's 25 games as opposed to Mario Kart's 9.
Yeah.
But yeah, we played a hell of a lot of Need for
The
Speed.
most surprising thing is that Mario Kart's number 2 and it's company consoles exclusive.
I know, right?
FIFA is cross-platform across everything. Same thing with like Need for Speed.
Yep.
Like Mario is just Nintendo.
There
That makes it even more impressive.
3 things on here like that.
Okay. Yeah, I played an absolute shitload of Need for Speed. Underground 2 was phenomenal.
Hell yeah. I played so much Underground 2.
Yeah. Hot Pursuit was really fun.
Most Wanted.
Yeah, Most Wanted. Most Wanted was one of the best games on PlayStation 2.
Absolutely.
Like, no ifs, ands, or buts. If that's not in your top 10 for PS2, it's a little sussy.
In college, I remember getting a copy of Need for Speed Most Wanted from the local video game store near my college, and it would not get past a certain point. Like, I looked at the disc and there was a ring worn into the disc and it just could not read past the one point. I was like so heartbroken. I didn't even bother returning it.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was brutal.
That sucks.
That was me replaying it. I played a ton of it in high school, but replaying it, I just gave it up because it cost like $2 anyway, so whatever. At number 4, 130 million copies sold, so we're down to 20 million. Madden. This one,
that's not surprising.
Pretty obvious.
Although it is pretty much a North American thing.
I know. Yeah,
so
that's surprising.
It still is impressive that it's up there when it's not really super popular elsewhere.
You know what? I just remembered something. I was going to gamify this and have you try to guess the next thing on the list. But yeah, I played a ton of Madden, like a few successive years when they introduced the truck stick and the spin stick. Those were the golden years. And then I don't know what happened. Maybe I grew out of it. Maybe
2004, 2005 were great. And then it was downhill.
Yeah.
Like the games with Mike Vick on the cover in 2004 and Ray Lewis on the cover in 2005, they will forever be the 2 best Maddens that have ever been released.
I feel that.
I played so much of 2005. I mean, thousands of hours. I remember we went to my aunt's house in Delaware for a summer vacation one year. Well, it had to be 2005 because I had Madden 2005. I remember I brought my PlayStation and at the time, like 2005, my uncle had an 85-inch TV, like one of the huge like ones that you need like 6 people to move, and it's like a
the
giant
rear projection.
Yeah, rear projection, like it's 3 feet deep and like just like 20 feet long.
85-inch though. Holy hell.
And I hooked he let me hook my PlayStation up to it while I was there. And I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 85. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it was
Who
ginormous.
Cares? You were a kid. It looks bigger anyway.
Yeah. But I played 5 seasons of Fantasy Draft in that week that I was there.
Hell yeah.
Oh God. That used to be so fun, picking your mascot and naming them and making your team uniforms and drafting your players and then playing through it. Oh man.
What was the game? I really liked the game mode My Player or something like that. I don't even remember what it was called. But you literally played like one person.
Yeah.
You had to sit out the first like 2 seasons.
See, I didn't like it as much in Madden. I feel like that style works really good in NBA and NHL.
Okay, yeah.
So I played that. In NHL, I played that mode a ton.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Okay. So next, just to recap the list so far, because I want you to guess the next one. We got FIFA, Mario Kart, Need for Speed, Madden. What do you think is number 5? I'll tell you, it sold over 114 million copies. Although, that may be misleading.
Maybe what?
Misleading. So, what's your guess?
A sports game that sold a bunch of copies. Wii Sports.
Precisely.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Yeah, 114 million copies sold. But it was a pack-in with Wii.
Yep.
So, like, could you really say that they sold? Would people have bought this game if it wasn't a pack-in? I don't know.
Yes.
I mean, maybe.
It was the first thing that took advantage of the Wii's gimmick.
No, I get that, but would people have adopted it just because?
Yeah, they would have adopted it just because there was nothing else at the time. Not good. I guess
so.
Like, that's always been Nintendo's biggest struggle is they release a new console with like 2 or 3 games and that's it. And then you're waiting 6 months until you get like the rest of their IPs.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think even if it wasn't bundled, it would have, because it was the only thing making a Wii not useless after a while.
I mean, Wii became useless regardless of Wii Sports, but yeah, it was the only game that people played. I played a ton of it. It just became
a mod console. That was it. That was all it was good for.
Right. How much of this did you actually play?
Wii Sports?
Yeah.
I played it a bunch at replay testing consoles.
Yeah.
Other than that, never.
I played a lot of it. The bowling. Like, I don't remember how I played it. I didn't have a Wii. Maybe my cousins had one, and we played basically any time I went over there. But yeah, it was a good time. I figured out like basically the ways to cheat. Like in tennis and in baseball, like you didn't have to do anything. You just had to flick the controller.
Yeah.
And that was basically like the hardest that you could possibly hit it. So it was like easy mode once you learned that. But yeah, it must have been my cousins because we were all bowlers, like in real life, and we're not great at Wii bowling. So
that makes sense.
Yep. It's like if you're good at one, you're probably not good at the other. They don't really translate.
Like Guitar Hero?
No, because I know guitar players who are good at Guitar Hero. It's just a different skill set, but it's similar enough. Like Wii bowling is kind of not similar. Like
yeah, because you don't have a ball in your hand.
Because you don't have a 15-pound ball in your hand.
Yeah.
And you don't have to worry about like what exactly your fingers are doing. But yeah, okay. How about number 6?
Okay.
You probably won't
give me a clue that won't give it away. Just any tidbit that you don't think will give it away.
It was created by Konami. It sold over 107 million copies.
DDR?
No. I appreciate where your mind is going, but no, it's not DDR. They didn't put DDR on the list. I don't think they probably just didn't consider it a sports game. This is Pro Evolution Soccer.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So it apparently sells a ton in Japan, but apparently not very much elsewhere. So considering that it's mostly just sold in Japan, 107 million copies compared to FIFA's almost 300 million.
It's still surprising that they didn't include DDR, but they include racing games.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I guess dancing a sport?
I mean, if it's a competition, yeah. In my opinion, anything that's a competition can be considered a sport.
Dance Revolution. Hold on. Maybe it's just not a total selling. Like DDR is mostly a arcade game, right? So
I mean, it started off that way, but there was definitely a ton of at home.
Let's see. Dance Revolution. Okay, my search was not very good. List of Dance Revolution console games. This doesn't have sales numbers. Somewhere I saw Dance Revolution hit 6.5 million sales. So I don't know if that means the series or just
super low.
One game. You needed a separate accessory for it. I don't know. Apparently there's not sales numbers for it. You keep looking.
Today said its dancing game franchise Dance Revolution recently tallied sales of 6.5 million units worldwide.
Yeah, I saw that. What year was that published?
2003. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, apparently one copy sold 6.5 million, right?
Yeah.
Let's see how many worldwide copies, how many worldwide releases they had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They probably had like 10 worldwide release. Oh no, wait, here's a ton right in a row. Holy shit. Let's say they had 15 games. 6.5 million though, it would be maybe the high bar for that,
Oh,
right?
Not at 2000. It's in 2003. It's only going to increase. More people playing games.
Let's say 6.5 million is the average then.
Yeah, the median. Yeah.
That makes 97 million copies.
So pretty far up there still.
Yeah. So if it's a sports game, then it definitely registers on this list. I guess this list just doesn't consider it a sports game. I don't know.
This is a hoax.
Hoax. Because it would come in right now, but the next entry on this list is 90 million copies. Created by Sega.
Created by Sega, the sports game.
Number 7 on the list, 90 million.
Trying to think of Sega.
I couldn't say. I think it's still produced.
Would I have played it?
I don't know.
Honestly,
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm drawing a blank on Sega Sport-ish games.
NBA 2K.
Oh, I forgot
The
that
2K series.
Oh yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it's still produced.
I just didn't know it was made by Sega.
Yeah, I don't know. So did you play any of the NBA 2K games?
I had 2K17, I think was the last one I played.
Okay.
And yeah, it's alright. Yeah,
sure.
I don't know. I love playing basketball and I love playoff basketball, and that's where it ends.
Yeah, I get that.
Like playing those games, just not for me.
Yeah, I get that. I don't think I ever played any of these 2K games.
Yeah, I bought it in 2017 when I was down south.
Yeah.
To play with a friend, thinking I would play it. I think I played it like 3 times and then never touched it again.
All right, number 8. 80 million copies sold. It's an Italian. It's an Italian phrase.
It's an Italian phrase. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. Gran Turismo.
That's what I was thinking, but I didn't know if that was Italian or not.
Take the leap, man. I do a whole intro. Don't be afraid to look stupid.
Well, I'm not afraid to look stupid. I couldn't decide. I was torn, but I was like, I know Forza is not. And I'm
that is also Italian. That was a good clue. Good job, Vinny. Pat on the back.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't think it's Forza because Forza wouldn't have had as many sales because it's single console.
Well, so is Gran Turismo though.
Yeah. But Gran Turismo came out earlier.
Yeah,
Gran Turismo came out on PS2, whereas the first Forza didn't come out until 360. Oh yeah, it was on PS1.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
I would say Forza is way more popular now, though, and the gaming industry is way bigger. So Forza also would have been a safe guess. I wouldn't have faulted you for guessing Forza. Sales numbers are probably way bigger now than they ever were back then.
They were, but it's just, I don't know. There's way less people playing those style of games.
Forza Horizon 5 got a ton of people playing it.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But I don't know. That the sales figures on Forza's may be impacted by Game Pass, though. So I don't know how Game Pass figures into sales numbers.
Yeah, it definitely would be.
Okay, so that's Gran Turismo. I played a shit ton of Gran Turismo.
Yeah, I played some of it.
3, 4, yeah, it's a ton.
I remember going over to your house and the PlayStation being on for days.
Our PlayStation 2 ran for literally like a week straight, just running the real-time 24-hour races in Gran Turismo 3. Like, because you could speed it up like 3x, but as soon as your person pitted, it would go back to 1x speed and be running in real time. So it would only save us like an hour out of 24 hours. Why even bother? Just leave it running.
Yeah.
And then in college, Gran Turismo 4, I think, I had this little setup where I like pinned one of the joysticks just a little bit to the side, and then I got the fastest car in the game, ran a 24-hour race. The car was fast enough that I could run along the wall and still win with that joystick pinned just a little bit. And that's what I did. Joystick was pinned just a little bit. I had a keyboard plugged in, with the go button taped down, and I would just run 24-hour races like that. Gran Turismo was so good.
Gran Turismo for you is a pothead when they don't have anything to smoke weed out of.
Man, this is still how I play games. We were just talking about, Minecraft for grown-ups Satisfactory. The other day, I got like one of my production lines up and running, and then I just left the room and let it run for a few hours until it was full. Like, it's still how I play games. It must be why I love idle games as much as I do.
Yeah.
You know?
You love seeing your work pay off for you.
I love seeing numbers go up.
I love numbers.
Numbers. Okay, speaking of numbers, number 9. 60 million copies sold. What's a good hint that I could give you?
I don't know.
What's a good hint that I could give you? Yeah, I don't know. No hint.
No hint.
Oh God. Any hint that I could give you is too obvious.
Okay.
No, I got it. Here's a good hint.
Okay.
The longest yard.
Okay. So football. NFL Street?
No. My hint worked.
The longest. Hold on.
Okay, I'm holding on. I'll be gracious enough to give you a second hint. Or a second guess. Not another hint. Second guess.
Yard.
I give you 10 seconds.
So it's got
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3,
ESPN 2K
1. No. Nope. It's WWE 2K.
Oh, okay. Goldberg.
Because Goldberg's in the longest yard.
That makes sense. Okay.
Woo. Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha.
WWE. I was actually surprised when I read this list down and saw this one. I mean, wrestling is way more popular than it's one of those things that's like a nascent industry, right? It's not like super popular, but it's constantly kind of popular.
Wrestling is the Bachelorette for males.
Oh, that's so good.
It's 100% true. Like, everyone, you have to know the shit's fake. But people still watch it. So
yeah.
to each their own. I mean, it is what it is.
I get it. Like, I understand the draw of wrestling. When people start to think that anything that has to do with wrestlers is real, as if they're not just, P.T. Barnum on crack.
Yeah. So
all of them.
I respect the physical talent that they have to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, there's only so much you can do to not make jumping off of a top rope onto a table not hurt. That's impact is still impact regardless.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's just it's a men in tights soap opera.
Yeah, first and foremost, they're showmen. So yeah, it's a good time. I get it. But I would not have expected it to be in the top 10 highest selling sports series of all time.
I would, because it's been so popular since. I mean, think of how many copies sold on N64.
Oh yeah. This is what one of the notes here says. The franchise used to be called WWF SmackDown. So yeah, as soon as I read that, I was like, okay, SmackDown on N64, WrestleMania 2000, those games were huge.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I get it. Okay, number 10. What's a hint? It's no longer being produced. Sold over 35 million copies since 1994, and it is no longer produced.
Okay, I have two options.
Okay.
NCAA football.
Okay.
Or Tiger Woods. Are they still making Tiger Woods past this year?
No, they're not.
Okay, that's why that was my guess. So one of those two.
The PGA rights got sold to 2K. So I guess in the same team, I think, is working on 2K21, the game that we were playing, PGA.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's considered the same series.
Okay. So it's neither one of those though?
No.
No longer being made. MLB.
At least I don't think so. You just brought up something. I will tell you right now, a hint for the rest of the list. MLB is not on here. Any MLB series. I know.
I feel like they can never get the rights.
I can't believe the show is not on here. The show is super popular.
PlayStation only.
I guess, yeah.
And the
Okay.
show didn't start happening, and I think the first show came out on the PS3.
Wow, yeah. Okay. No, this is NBA Live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See,
NBA
I played
Live?
a bunch of NBA Live.
Yeah. But it's not produced anymore, right?
Nope. NBA
Right, like that-
Live is the equivalent to ESPN 2K5. Like the best football game ever, in my opinion, will always be
Yeah.
ESPN
know that one.
2K5 with it's the one with Terrell Owens on the cover.
I don't know.
It
I
is
didn't play
the
it.
best. It's the best football game I think that's ever been
Neat.
created. Yeah, phenomenal. So, but yeah, NBA Live is the equivalent of that.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I played it. There was 1 year of NBA Live that I played a lot of. I can't remember what it was, but it was good when I played it. I can't say that if I go and play another basketball game, I can't say it feels as good as I remember NBA Live feeling.
Yeah.
But I can barely remember it, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Number 11. Okay, 30 million copies sold. The hint that I will give you is one word. Thug.
Thug. Oh, Thug. And it's a
I'll give you another hint, actually.
okay.
Superman.
The only thing that's coming to my mind is NFL Street.
Yeah,
So yeah, other than that, I have no clue.
that ain't it. It's Tony Hawk's.
Oh, why
The
Thug?
there is a PC remake of Tony Hawk's Underground called Thug 2.
Oh, okay.
Because Tony Hawk's Underground, THUG, Thug.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah. And then Superman is because of the Goldfinger song.
Yep, that makes more sense.
Yeah, this game's awesome. It's the namesake of this idea that I had. And I fucking love these games.
I played
They're
so
so
much
good.
of it.
So much.
I'm really interested to see what they do with the new Skate game.
Oh, is he involved in that?
He's not, but they're making a new Skate game, and like
Oh,
it's supposed to be like really open world, like super collaborative, kind of like
yeah.
GTA Online, where like you're just riding around with your friends in the world.
I
and then
bet
go do stuff. So,
I bet they took a lot of inspiration from Thug 2. Like
probably.
I downloaded and played Thug 2 at some point and it was wild. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Skates were good. I think I played a couple of those too. But yeah, nothing ever caught me like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater #1. You know, just grinding out those videotapes, figuring out how to get them all, looking for them all in the allotted time. Oh god, what a good game. Okay.
See, so here's my thing. So what did they
Mhm.
say? They said, well, how much did you say that
This one
number
sold
was? Yes.
30 million.
30 million copies?
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense because it's copies. Okay.
Yep,
So because
yep,
I
yep,
remember
yep.
I had just watched an interview not too long ago with Tony Hawk. And so Tony Hawk's franchise to this date, as of April of 2022,
Uh-huh.
was made nearly $1 billion in sales. And they asked, so Tony Hawk did the first 2 games
Okay, yeah.
without really like thinking about it.
Huh.
Right? He did them, got his money, never really checked in. Okay. So then Tony Hawk, the
Underground?
second one, no, on the PlayStation.
Okay.
Was it Pro Skater, right? Wasn't it Pro Skater that was
Sure,
on
yeah.
PlayStation?
First
1?
3 were Tony Hawk Pro Skaters.
Yeah. So Pro Skater 2 got to the point where it made greatest hits, where they changed the thing and they put it for $20 on the thing. And they came to him and asked him about it. And he's like, yeah, I don't care. Go ahead. And he met with like his agent or whatever, person that was kind of like the inner between him and the company 6 months after they did that. And the guy was like, here, I have a check for you for your royalties from Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, like the greatest hits is still selling, because obviously at this point like 3 had already been released, so this was like them basically re-releasing 2 at a cheaper rate. And he's like, and the guy hands me a check, and I look at it and I just flabbergasted. And it's a $4 million check, so he made like $4 million in royalties off of a re-release at a lower price of Pro Skater 2.
Man, imagine having that much like just cash.
Right? Just
Crazy.
There you go.
Yeah. 1 billion seems optimistic for 30 million copies sold, you know, like, but I don't know.
The funnier thing too, I remember hearing in the interview is so when they made when they were making the games, Activision offered him a $500,000 buyout to just like use his name, and he told them no, he wanted royalty.
Yeah.
Stuff. When back then 500,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah, but if somebody offers to buy your name in lieu of royalties, you do not take that.
No. And yeah, his Instinct sold him a whole out for a longer term deal with the gaming company. The franchise went on to generate over $1 billion in sales.
Gorsh. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, you can't say too much about Tony Hawk's. He's it's so good. He's such a good dude too. Like, if there's any celebrity that I would like actually be hurt by having some sort of scandal, it's probably Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
He's just kind of a cool guy. Every so often he shows up in Avril Lavigne's TikTok account or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's just a cool dude.
I don't know. I almost feel like he's kind of reached like I don't know. I don't know if there's anything he could do to get canceled. Like he's kind of with what they say, like escape velocity. Like he's reached the point of no return. Like nothing can hold him down. I mean, he's not, granted, like he's never been involved in anything, luckily, but like he is just loved by everyone.
Yep, I know. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say like I would be hurt if he got involved in something, because he just seems untouchable, unflappable.
Well, it's kind of like I would say the same thing, obviously not on the same scale, but you know who Ryan Fitzpatrick is, quarterback?
Yeah.
So he was a quarterback for Buffalo for years, and then he went and played with the Commanders, but he's been on like 12 teams. But he's just like this fun-loving dude, and like he was on the Commanders, but they weren't in the playoffs. And there's videos and pictures of him in the stands with all the crowds with no shirt on in the middle of winter for the playoff game for the Bills. Just living it up.
What is the Commanders? Is that a Canadian team?
No, that's the Washington team that they changed the name.
Okay, I didn't know they picked a name.
Yeah, no longer the Washington football team. They're now the Washington Commanders.
Yeah. I saw a card. I saw a card the other day that was like, it was like Redskins forever. I'm like, man, you bought that sticker. You're so dedicated to being just a little racist.
Yeah.
Like,
here's the thing, like if somebody still calls it that, like to themselves or whatever, fine.
Sure.
But like
no,
in that scenario, you're going out of the way to be a dick.
This guy had his fucking car plastered in old Washington logos, like, and with those stickers specifically. That's like I won't stop calling it this. Like, come on.
Yeah. Yep. When you care too much, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
I catch myself all the time calling them that just because
it's ingrained
in nature. Like, I've been calling them that for years, but like, I don't care about it where I'm like, no.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
People are weird.
No, I mean, I don't know. There's some circles in which I feel like it's hard to get a pass, but in most cases, like people are just gonna let you. If people just like gently correct me about things, like if I'm recording this podcast, or if I tweet something out and without thinking about it, and I accidentally dead name Elliot Page, and somebody just gently corrects me, like that's fine. I get it. I deserve it. But like the people who are just dedicated to not changing to call him what he wants to be called, that like you said, that is when it becomes a problem, when you care too much.
Yeah. When you care so much to actively be disrespectful.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
Yep.
Like I don't think you can't be really truly disrespectful on accident. It just happens.
Yeah, sure.
Because that, like, you're in train of thought, you're thinking, you're not, you get caught in that thing. Like, it happens. But if you actively go out of your way to do that, like, why? At that point, you're just being a chode. Like, there's no other way around it.
Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on. Number 12. This is a list of 15. I guess 14. So 12. 25 million copies sold. I will give you this hint. It got renamed. and then discontinued.
Got renamed and then discontinued. Is it an NCAA game?
No.
Nope. I got no idea then.
Tiger Woods.
Oh, lol.
Yeah. In 2013, for absolutely no reason, probably, EA Sports cut ties with Tiger Woods for actually good reasons. It's actually one of the few respectable moves EA Sports has made. But no, they renamed it to Rory McIlroy's PGA Tour. Remember that?
Nope. I remember it. I remember it, but I remember it now because I remember not caring because at that time, Rory McIlroy was just nowhere near the same level as Tiger Woods.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Rory McIlroy PGA Tour as of 2013, and I think if I'm looking, it got discontinued in 2014. So yeah. They just, I really think it's the same team that got picked up by 2K to make PGA Tour 2K21 that we played quite a bit earlier this year.
Yeah.
At least the game feels similar. It doesn't have the RPG elements, which would have been nice, but it feels very similar.
One thing I missed about it was that style. Like Tiger Woods
there wasn't
206. Oh man.
Yeah, man. There was some progression. Like you need a little bit of progression.
He had so much fun with that.
So much. But yeah, we played the hell out of that. Anything else you want to say about it, or do you want to move on to the next one?
No. I think we can move on. It was just a phenomenal game. I mean,
so good.
So fun. It was you know what it was? It was fun. It was also super relaxing while still being competitive.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just...
Yeah, precisely.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a good time.
Number 13. 18 million copies sold.
Okay.
I will say, I think this is the only sports game in which you don't play the sport.
Only sports game in which you don't...
Only sports game on this list, I'll say.
Okay. Was it like one of the manager games?
Yeah. I'd say that's close enough. It's Football Manager.
Yeah.
Yeah, these games.
There's a couple different ones, and I was like, which one is?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. There's like whatever, but like Football Manager is the series. Released in 2003, sold 18 million copies. Hot name. People wanna just look at a bunch of dots, roam around the field.
I mean, it makes sense.
Is that how you play this game? I don't know. Okay, and moving on to 14. Which is the last game that I think you'll get. There's 15 games. You're not going to get 15.
Okay.
So 14. 15 million copies sold. I'll tell you this. It's a racing game. It doesn't have real cars in it.
It's a racing game. It doesn't have real cars in it.
Real name brand cars.
Midnight Club?
No, that's a good guess though.
Huh. Why am I drawing a blank? I remember knowing about like a game where
you're gonna kick yourself.
Hold on.
Burnout? I'll tell you. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Burnout was so good.
Yeah.
Burnout
I remembered as we were talking. I remembered why they couldn't have it is because they didn't want to showcase the cars being destroyed.
Remember when car makers were like, no, we can't have you show damaged cars. And now this fucking Forza is basically a soft body simulation.
Yeah.
There is a game, or more recent game, called Danger Zone.
Okay.
I think that's what it's called. That really encapsulates the Burnout crash mode.
Oh, Burnout Paradise was so fun.
I don't think I played Paradise. I played a hell of a lot of 3.
Yeah, I played a ton of Paradise. I think it was Paradise, right? Let's see.
Paradise is the one with the white cover.
Yes. I played some Paradise. I played Burnout Revenge a lot. 2005.
Oh, I don't even know that one. I guess I didn't remember that one.
Yeah, I played a ton of that one. I played a bunch of 3 too.
Burnout's so good.
Yeah.
Okay. 15 on the list. You're not going to get this. I don't think you'll get this one. 10 million copies sold. It is a mobile console series. Game. I don't know. I don't know if it's a series or just a game.
Mobile console. So it's like...
Yes.
Okay.
Only on mobile consoles. I'll give you 10 seconds for this one because I doubt you'll get it. 10.
No, I need more longer. I need give me 20.
Why? To Google it?
No, I'm not Googling it. I'm just trying to 10 seconds isn't even long enough for my brain to start kicking in.
Fine.
Gotta spool
I'll
up.
I'll give you 20 seconds, but I'm not going to count it off. I'll give you 20 silent seconds so that gets cut out of the recording.
All right.
Man, 20 seconds is a long time.
Oh, man. Why am I?
That's it. You got to guess?
No, I got nothing. I was trying to think of like some asphalt.
Asphalt. Apparently it was only on the DS and PSP. I don't know how the hell this game could have sold 10 million copies. I do not remember seeing this game in Replay. I don't not remember selling a version of this game at Replay.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But yeah, apparently Asphalt is the 15th highest selling sports game of all time.
So, you know what it is? I'm almost positive this was one of the first games in the DS that went into like the greatest hits stuff and was super cheap.
They still sell it on mobile.
Yeah.
They still sell it on Android and iPhone.
Yeah.
That's how it works. Okay, I guess.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can remember seeing Asphalt 3D. I played it. I remember playing it because it was one of the first games out for 3DS.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. It was straight ass, but I remember playing it.
Yeah. All right. So, you may have just said it during this, but what is your favorite sports game? What is, if you had to pick, it doesn't necessarily have to be out of this list, but it's probably going to be. What's your favorite sports game?
I don't know. Man, that's tough.
Right?
It's not in the list. It's
okay.
Fight Night Round 3.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Simply because I just have so many good memories with it.
Yeah, I hear you.
And it hasn't been done as well since. Fight Night Round 4 was kind of a major letdown.
There haven't been a ton of fighting games, huh?
No, so there's one in development now.
Okay.
That is supposed to release this year. And it has a lot of promise. So it's in cooperation with the actual like boxing commission.
Okay.
It's called Eat Sports Boxing Club. And it is legitimately gonna be like recognized belts within the boxing commission. So they'll have tournaments and people will actually have like real belts. It's supposed to be like super realistic. Hold on, let me see if I can find a
I think it sounded like I said ew, but no, I just said oh. I don't know if that sounds appealing or not to me. Like, it's interesting. That's for sure.
Let me.
Oh, okay. What?
They went like super technical with it.
Okay. Yeah.
And for anybody listening, I'll put this video in the description so you can check it out if you're interested in it. But it looks super fun.
Just skip around.
And you could tell the collision detection and stuff is so much more improved from back then.
Yeah. This oh boy. Yeah, what? It looks interesting. I'm skeptical. I have a healthy amount of skepticism, but if it comes out and it's awesome, this is gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. They have a lot of passion behind it, so I'm very optimistic about it.
Well, there's also a lot of passion behind Ashes of Creation.
Oh yeah, I have a ton of. And you're skeptical on that too?
Oh yeah. That game's coming out 2026 at the earliest.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but how long it takes to,
they're not close, and they keep restarting. Like they completely reworked the combat system 3 times.
Yeah.
I look deep into it. Like,
but
I'm still looking at it.
Final thing, and then they're in the process of changing. Yeah, I mean the combat's in its majority form. They just had another.
I don't know.
Thing
I don't believe
a month ago.
They're
redoing everything in Unreal Engine 5.
I mean, the creative director just left like 6 months ago. So, like, are they really going to keep it, or are they going to move on to something else? I don't know.
I mean,
it's like I said,
creative director almost has no power there. It's the owner. The owner is the one driving. The owner is the one driving everything.
I don't know.
Like, it's his baby. He's the one pulling all the strings. I mean, I'm hoping it's good. My holdout is for the League of Legends MMO. I mean, that's the only one that's gonna come out that has a chance to be as well.
Yeah, there's a lot of money behind that, huh?
A lot of money, and it has one big thing over everyone else, and it's the only one that can follow the same footsteps as WoW. WoW was huge. Nope, WoW was huge because it already had Warcraft to go off of for the story.
Yeah, sure.
So when you have that much lore,
Uh-huh.
it's easier to build things around it rather than building everything from the ground up.
Yeah.
So they have all these characters and all these backstories and everything already, developed for League of Legends. So making that
Yeah.
into an MMO, and as much as people, I know people don't certainly like Riot, they just make stuff that works.
Yep.
Like, you don't have to like them as a company. I know they have some shitty takes, but like, as far as their product goes, they make some of the most polished things out there.
Yeah, that's for sure. What's the auto chess that they make? Team fight tactics.
Team fight tactics.
Yeah,
yep.
Yeah. I played a little bit of that. That seemed really cool.
Yeah, everything they do. Just don't skimp on stuff. They like take their time with it.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Valorant. Like before Valorant, nothing could even touch CS:GO. In that
is Valorant genre. Made by Riot?
Yeah,
I had no clue.
Yep, made by Riot, and it's the only thing in the tac shooter genre that's come close to rivaling CS:GO.
I thought Valorant was like a hero shooter, like Overwatch.
No, it's much more tac shooter.
Why?
It has.
Why
abilities.
Is this game? This game like is just an amorphous blob in my mind. I apparently have no fucking idea what Valorant is.
Because it's a hyper competitive game and you have no interest in it.
But I thought it was. I don't know.
No, so I mean it's a tac shooter first. You just it's character based. So like yes, you have characters and you have abilities per character, but it's much more like gun and mechanic forward stuff. Like the utility is there to accent the rest of it, if that makes sense.
All right.
Especially for like team play, for like taking sites and like that kind of stuff.
Cool.
So yeah, but yeah, I mean they come out swinging with that. They're working on the MMO. They're working on Project L, which is their fighting game.
Project L, the Death Note adaptation.
Yeah,
the Death Note video game adaptation. Yeah,
the fighting game that
if it's okay, it's a fighting game named Project L. Is it Lethal League? Are they gonna make it? I fucking love Lethal League. That's a sports game. It's a baseball fighting game.
No, I mean it's a fighting game based on League of Legends characters.
Okay, I'm sure there will be a lot of Rule 34 based on it.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be.
My pick for favorite, it's gotta be Tony Hawk. It's gotta be the original Tony Hawk, or maybe two, but definitely the original.
I love the original Tony Hawk too. It was so fun.
It's so good, so good. The mall level, the downhill levels in that game. Ooh, I could still remember them. If you put me on them and let me just skate down twice, I would remember every nook and cranny of it.
Right? Oh my god. Collecting all the letters and stuff.
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, it's so fun.
Such a good game.
Really was.
The last thing I got, little question, is what is a fun sports game that's not necessarily included in this list? I know that your favorite was a pick that's not from this list, but if you had to pick like another maybe little game. A more lightweight game.
I have one. It's not for me. Like I don't play it a ton. I understand its appeal. And with friends, it is fun. Rocket League.
Oh hell yeah!
Not my cup of tea, but I do enjoy hopping on with friends and driving around. I'm not good at it at all, but.
How fucking dare Steam?
It's a good little putz around game for me.
I was like, what's a good sports game? I just completely looked over it apparently because I like sorted my Steam sports games to come up with something for this, and I just like completely looked past Rocket League apparently. I like forgot it was a sports game. Maybe I was just distracted by Steam putting Final Fantasy X as a sports game because it's got fucking Blitzball apparently.
No, it's because it's got the X. It's extreme.
Yeah, it's okay. It's like the Final Fantasy X games. Yep. Dave Mira's Final Fantasy.
It's just Cloud on the bike, like doing BMX tricks.
Yeah, but it's Final Fantasy X, so it's Tidus actually.
Oh.
You could have just said Sid. He's in every Final Fantasy game, but no.
Cloud's the best, so.
Is he?
Yeah, most iconic for sure.
Most iconic, maybe. Not the best. He's kind of a shithead in the original game, isn't he? I never
Yeah.
actually played. I never finished Final Fantasy VII, so I wouldn't know. But
Yeah. It was
I don't know.
fun.
Okay. My pick or what my picks for these are all mobile games because I'm apparently a mobile gamer. Have you played Retro Bowl?
Nope.
It is a football game. I don't know. You
Wait,
should
on computer?
no
Oh.
on mobile.
Yeah, nope. I don't play phone games.
You should download Retro Bowl and just like play it just a little bit. It's fucking fun. Mad Skills BMX is a good game. It's like you're on a BMX going up and down hills, jumping and going down shit, and I don't know. It's fun. It's like a momentum game, so very fun. And then what I've been playing recently a lot is Ultimate Golf. Now, don't judge me. How dare you judge me? I'm already feeling it from you. But it's a golf game made by miniclip.com, who was recently sold to Tencent. It's a Chinese phone game, all right? It's a golf game, but it's like a deck building golf game with gacha elements. So don't you judge me.
Nobody's
Okay?
judging you. Tencent owns everything.
Yeah, I know that, but it's like a gacha deck building card game. What card game like golf game? Why is that needed? Why do I need to play this game? I don't know, but I got stuck on it. It's pretty good, but whatever.
Don't, other than Pokemon Go, I just don't play phone games ever.
Yeah,
I don't know.
get
Just
that.
something about it. I'm just like,
It's just so easy to play them.
I don't know. I rather watch something in like that scenario because like most of the time I'm laying in bed or
Yeah, I get that. But yeah, those are mine. Anything else you got? Any questions you want to ask back at me about sports games or
no. More so our listeners, including
Yeah.
Sky.
Sky
Since we know you listen every week, I want you to
to engage publicly?
either on Twitter or somewhere publicly tell us what
It's a-
your favorite
it's-
sports
it's
game
a-
is.
Personal call out. Oh, that's fun.
I mean, I want everyone to,
Yes.
but I specifically want him to because otherwise he'll tell you and then I'll hear from you. Whereas like if it's done
Yeah. Yeah.
there, I can read it and respond too.
Yeah. You know what I was thinking? Should we just start like hold on. I was going to see can we make like a nice easy invite to the Discord?
Yeah.
Cuz like we could just like say the Discord at the beginning of the episode. People don't have to listen all whatever 2 hours of the episode and come engage with us. If it's
I'd have to find out. I'd have to figure
It-
out a way to make a link to it. Like, they'd have to go to the site because there's no like,
you can't make a custom invite
might be able
code
to,
or
I
something
don't know.
like that.
I don't know. I've never tried. I know you can make permanent ones, but I don't know. It's not like custom, I don't think.
Right. All right. Well, we will look into this and give it to you next time. Oh, no. Custom invite link unlock with boosting. So, no, that ain't happening.
Nope. Yeah,
Um,
but no, I mean, we could still invite them.
Yeah. What we'll do is
We'll
we
just
will
start
make a
leaving it
permanent
in,
link.
Yeah, leave it in the description of every episode.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, if you want to join our Discord, check there.
We'll-
and we'll start
we'll
saying
start-
that at the beginning of the episode.
Yeah, and we'll start either making a text channel for, I don't know, we'll make a bunch of it. We'll do a Discord overhaul.
Yeah.
And
We'll at least make we already have a general text channel that's
yeah.
easy enough, I think.
I have to look and see. I don't know if you can make text channel groups, but if we do, then I could do text channel by episode.
Cool.
But we'll find
Oh.
out.
Yeah, we'll see.
See what's needed. But
right.
yeah, we'll see you next time.
Thank you and congratulations for making it to the end of this episode of Cord on the Street. We have been your hosts, Vince and Josh. You can find us on our socials. You can find us on Twitter at Cord on the Street, QUORD on the ST. If you're listening to us on YouTube /Cord on the Street, go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And wherever you're listening to us, whether it's on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you can leave a review, please leave us a review. If you tell us what we can do worse, I promise I will read it on the podcast unless it's just too mean.
If you have any need to contact us in a longer format, you can email us at cordonthestreet@gmail.com, or you can visit us on our website, cordonthestreet.xyz. Feel free to leave us a voice message on there. If you want to reach out to us individually, you can get a hold of us at our personal Twitters. Mine is at I'm Scuzzy. IMSKUZZEY.
And I am at V_C, spell out the underscore. We would finally like to acknowledge the people that made this podcast happen. Josh Wardle, who is the original creator of Wordle.
And Freddie Meyer, the creator of Quordle, who you can find on Twitter at Quordle.
And with that, we will just ask you, as always, to
Get the cord out.